Hey everyone, Wesley here again. So in this video I wanted to show you all how you could start to compost your food waste or your food scraps using a worm composter, also known as vermicomposting. And there's a few ways you can do this. The solution I use is I actually reached out to an organization in Fredericton called the Ville, and they actually had worm composting kits that I bought for $50. And basically all I had to do was, because the kit already came with a container, some bedding, and the worms, so all I had to do was start putting my food scraps in there and keeping it in a dark space. So this is a really easy solution that I'm personally using, but your other option could be to build your own worm composter yourself from scratch, which is actually not too difficult and something I was planning on doing originally. But then when I was starting to look for worms in Fredericton, the only people that could supply them at the time was the Ville, and they already had these worm composting kits, so I just went with that. And before I move forward, I just want to let you know that I'll post any useful links that I'd come across, or resources or articles, the contact information for the Ville in the description of this video. So feel free to look at those, reach out to the Ville, and hopefully build your own. Okay, so to make your own worm composter, you only need a few things. And you could make it as complicated as you'd like to. So one, you'll need a container to hold your worms and all the food waste and food scrap. The second thing would be like bedding material, which is typically like cardboard or paper shredded up. And then you could have some soil in there. And then the last thing, of course, is the worms. So what you're going to want to do is, in this container of yours, you're going to want to make sure that there's holes so that there can be airflow. You can rent a drill from any of the libraries on campus and drill the holes yourself. So once you've done this, you just put the bedding into the container, mix it with some of that soil, and then add the worms. And then once you have this set up, that's basically where you'll be if you get the kit from the Ville. And I was actually designing mine off of a couple of videos I'd come across where they made like a tiered composting system, which is a bit more complicated. And if you are interested in that, feel free to check out those videos. So yeah, why don't I actually show you what my worm composter looks like. So let's go. So my worm composter is in my closet, and basically the things you can put in it are, I've just outlined them on this list, but you can definitely find this online as well. So yeah, inside the closet is a bin right there. And this is the worm composter I got from the Ville. Okay, so basically what I do is I have like a pre-compost bin. So I just put all my food scraps in here like throughout the day, and then when it starts to get full, then I'll take this and I'll put it in the worm composter. So this is the worm composter I got from the Ville. You can see there's ventilation, and in here you can see that there is paper, there's food scraps, and there's some soil. And if I move it around, you'll see a bunch of the worms in there already. And yeah, so I've been composting for a few weeks now. And all I do is I just take the food from this bin here and dig a bit of a hole, put the food in it, cover it up, and just put the worms back in the closet and let them do their thing. So that's really it when it comes to worm composting in your apartment. Really not that complicated. So I hope that some of you go out there and start making your own, or reach out to the Ville. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for the next ones.